You could do anything you wanted. You get the call. You get like, we got it bankrolled. You're the man. You're the woman. You're the lead. You're the whatever. You're the space alien thing. Who knows what it is? So I think you need to have that in mind, and you can have a few different categories. So let's talk about that. Brandon, what about you? What's your dream role? We've talked about this.
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Richard III from Richard III. That is always been a role I have absolutely loved. I love his journey throughout the entire play. I think it's one of the greatest Shakespeare characters to ever be written, and I have always wanted to play Richard III on stage or in a film, either or.
You hear that, universe? You hear that? The BK Broilers going to be Richie 3. I believe in you. And I'm going to be the Blur.
Thanks,
Look at me.
Blur.
I'm the Blur.
I appreciate those kind words.
It's a bird. It's a plane. I don't know what it is.
Blur.
It's the Blur. It's the Blur. He's back. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah.
What about you, Lars?
It's when I get dizzy.
Dream role?
In a feature film, I'm going to go non-Shakespeare here just for the sake of branching out. Obviously, I love Shakespeare. I think because of Conservatory, it would be Henry V in Shakespeare. But I really want to be in a baseball movie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What, would you want to be the coach, the general manager, or the player?
Maybe I'm all three of those things. Maybe I'm like later in my career. Maybe I coached Little League and I used to have it, but I got injured or I never had my shot. And then I come out of retirement. I think I'm just explaining another baseball movie to you. I think this.
Hey, no, Lars, this is your baseball movie.
I'm an outfielder. Yeah, I want to be. My dream role is I'm an outfielder, and this angel comes down and helps me. And then there's a dog that plays baseball. No, I really want to be in a baseball movie. I used to be a pitcher. I think it would be something like it would be a guy who comes late out of his retirement, or it's like everyone loves the comeback kid. That's what I want. Comeback kid, or just the guy that like comes out of the stadium, like the guy who is the backup goalie or whatever, where one day you're a fan and then the next day you're in the actual game, like that kind of guy.
David Ayers, a Zamboni driver for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Right. So, and then I'd be a pitcher, because look at this. Don't tell me. Am I intimidating you right now?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, God. He's pointing at me now. And he's winding up. I don't know what to do. Oh, look at that face. Oh, God. He winds up. He does his circle pitch, and there it is, folks. The spinning knuckle-orama Classington.
That's it.
Nice.
That was a great picture. That wasn't my. Here's my actual technique. I can't do it because I'm going to smash the. I'm going to smash the can. For me to actually throw a baseball, I would ruin the camera on my laptop, so I can't do it right now. But and then here's my batting stance.
Nice. He's getting ready for those homers.
Oh yeah, I've jacked a few in my day. I've had a walk on. This was in slow pitch. I played hardball when I was younger, but then as an adult, we started to play slow pitch. Maybe between like the age of 20 and 24, I did that. And one time I came from work late, and I was still wearing jeans and maybe like work, like not full on construction boots, but like boots that were not baseball boots. And I walked on, I had a pinch hit, boom, jacked it. And then ran around the bases still wearing jeans to win the game.
Oh, nice, to win the game. That's fucking awesome.
It was either to win the game or it was like a clutch moment, like to tie it or something like that. Like we needed it. And I came off the bench. Like I literally drove my car. I must have been working at Zellers. Remember Zellers?
Yeah.
And I drove my car to the baseball field, parked, and then like grabbed my glove and still had jeans, and they're like, "Go, get up," and he put me in, and then boom, it was legendary. Nice. Maybe that's the movie.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah, you're desperately trying to get to the baseball diamond. Your boss is like, no, you can't go, Lars. We need you here at Zellers. This is a fine establishment that's never going to leave, no matter what.
I gotta play ball, boss. I gotta play ball. Put me in, coach.
You gotta decide right now what's more important to you,
You
playing
can,
ball or working for Zellers.
somebody else can collect the carts tonight, sir. I need to go play ball.
Now, twist your hat cap and get out of here.
I'm coming, boys. And then I got out of the car, and with jeans, wearing jeans, I hit a home run. It was pretty epic.
That is an epic moment.
I've gone back to the blur here.
Yeah, I've seen.
He's the blur.
He's
the
coming
blur.
to get you.
There he is. Okay. So dream roles. Aside from that, I one of my other career goals, I want to host Saturday Night Live, and/or be one of the oldest cast members. I'll put both of those on my list. I know that you need to be specific about your goals, but sometimes it's like, I don't care if I'm at a party, I don't care whether I came in the side door or the back door or the window, or I won a ticket or I was invited or I just showed up. It's just like, I just want to be in that realm. It's hallowed ground to me. So, but the reason I thought old, I was like, who's the oldest person? Because I think that'd be epic to be like, and the latest cast member of Saturday Night Live, and it's me, and I'm like 92, but I just blow it up and be like, where'd this guy come from? He's like, well, for 91 years he was never on Saturday Night Live.
And now
it's like, now they don't ever need an actor to play an old guy. They just have a super old guy who's also able to do it. And yeah, there's one of my wishes. And/or host, and/or be the musical guest. I want to host and be the musical guest at 92 years old.
Nice. There you go.
And I'll perform. Oh no, did I just throw soup on my phone?
That's your opening bit to Saturday Night Live. That's your introduction to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, I think dream roles. So think, what kind of feature would you want to be in? Is there an exact dream role, like an actual character and something's already written? Or think of archetype in if it's a hero movie or a sports movie, or it's a certain story. Like there's a lot of times it's true life stories. So you might have a true life story either in your own life or a short story that can be optioned, or a book or something like that. And then it's like, that story is fucking amazing. I want to tell that story versus I want to play a certain role or be a dream character or whatever.
Now, anyone watching right now, if they want to share their dream role in the comment section, we will share that up on screen for you as well.
Yes.
I have another one for you. I would love to be the voice of a Disney prince.
Yeah, you'd kill that.
I would love that. That would be one of my all-time dreams.
Right. I want to be in a Broadway musical comedy.
Oh, yeah?
Comedy. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like kind of a rock comedy. Jack Blackish, School of Rock, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And/or something that I write. I watched Tick, Tick, Boom the other day, and I'm like, I need to write a musical and move to New York. Yeah.
I love when a movie instills that in you, when you
it's so
have
great.
to get up and be like, do something.
Yeah, it was so great just seeing them like in it and his mind and in the grind and the hustle, and then now the story going back, which is no spoiler alerts, but it's quite the story of the writer. Yeah.
James Tooby says he wants to be Wolverine's cranky dad.
There you go.
You'd be great at that. Do we ever meet Logan's dad throughout his introduction or in X-Men?
And I'll be James Tooby's Wolverine's cranky dad's buddy who just comes over to play darts.
That's Dart Smith.
What's with old Claw Boy? The boy's acting up, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to put that kid in its place. Oh man, you let him talk to you like that? And he was like, yeah, of course I do. He's got fucking blades for arms. He can do whatever he wants. You let your son talk back to you like that? One time I scolded him and tried to ground him, and he just slashed me. Is that the story of Logan?
I mean, slashing is part of it.
Right. Yeah. What about you? Name another one. Dream role. What about series?
The Penguin. I want to be the Penguin in Batman.
Nice. Yeah, you'd rock Penguin.
I'd love Penguin.
I
want to be villains. I love fucking villains.
I would go if my my play to your Penguin would be Batman, or not Batman, Joker, but in the same world.
Nice.
And we'll find a Batman.
Deanna says female Pink Panther.
Yeah, you could rock that, Deanna.
100%.
100%. Female Pink Panther. Yes. Intelligent, coy, funny, pink, right? Those are the main things. Female. I like how she clarified. Female Pink Panther. Female Pink Panther. That's great. Has that been done before?
I don't believe so.
That's really smart too to do, because that's like you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, how has that not been done?
It should be. Right? And Deanna, you're the one to do it.
Fine, Deanna. Laughing Vikings will produce it. Done.
Yep.
Done. We'll do it. Brandon's in. I'm in.
Yep.
Brandon will play the Penguin, and I'll play the Blur. I'm gonna play the Blur. Who was that guy? I don't know. He was just a blur. I like that. I could see that. Has that been a thing? We need to look some of these up. We need to fact check our own brains right now. We're like, is that a real thing? I don't know. Dream roles get made here. Yeah, I love this conversation. Jim Tooby says Batman's accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Jim, you could also be like Batman's like bodyguard or Batman's fixer. Yeah, you could be the Harvey Keitel. You're like, he's like, shit, I fucked up. I accidentally shot the mayor, and I'm not supposed to shoot the mayor. I'm supposed to shoot the bad guys. And then Jim Tooby, the Tubinator, comes as the fixer and like mops up the blood and puts his body in acid and writes a story in the press or something. Yeah, you can do it, James. I believe in you. Your name's James Tooby. Of course you can get it done. All right. What else? Do you have any more? What are other ones kicking around in your head? What about series? What about current series? If you could be like, snap your finger, wave a wand, what world do you want to be in a series, and the type of role?
Sex education is the first thing that comes to mind, and I would love to be a teacher that has to teach sex ed. I think that would be really funny.
Is there a show called Sex Education, or that's just
on
the
Netflix?
Realm? Nice. Like a little like Eugene Levy talking to his son in the American Pie movies, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I would love to do an American Pie movie.
Right.
That would be so much fun.
I'm always attracted to Dwight Schrute type roles, like ensemble. I think maybe my dream gig, not maybe, one of my dream gigs is ensemble comedy, just because how fun is that? Like some Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office, Parks and Rec, Community, what was it? Superstore? Is it Superstore?
Yes, that is a show.
Yeah, Superstore. All those, man. So fun. Like, just so hilarious. Imagine that's your day. Like, laughing at hilarious people, trying not to laugh. Like, what do you do? People pay me millions of dollars to go to a place that's hilarious, and I'm paid not to laugh. Mostly. I can laugh sometimes, but I'm trying not to laugh a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? That's great. What a great life. We should move on. Any other dream roles? Let me think. Any others? You can also think 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. You want to short term, long term, so that you got some things like, what are you actually working on this year?
Well, because like, is there a dream role or like a bucket list accomplishment that you ever had, Lars, but like it came about in a way that you weren't expecting?
I know my answer, but it didn't come about in an unexpected way. So at the time, just it happened the way it was very normal. I got an audition, and I auditioned, and then I got it. Like it wasn't like some crazy like discombobulated, like there was just a direct line. It was but that was for C. That was my day on C.
Oh, okay.
So I found myself on Valentine's Day, February 2020. I found myself basically toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye with Jason Momoa on a beautiful, sunny winter day, but it was 20 below and it was freezing as fuck. So I'm on like a dream scenario, dream set. He rolls in like a rock star, nicest guy ever, but like larger than life. Like he gets out of his he came after they were doing all the camera work eventually, and then he rolls out of like an Escalade or a large truck or whatever. And as soon as he's there, like you sense all of the background. It was a scene where there was probably 400 background. The crew's massive. I think the show was like $10 million an episode. Huge. It's the biggest thing I've ever been on, to the point that I was basking in it so much. I was just like, really enjoy this, because you've never been here on this type of stage before. So really take your time, soak it in, experience it. But it was minus 20. So they decked us out in, I had double socks. One of the pairs of socks was electric. I had double, what do you call them? What are they called? Long johns. Double long johns. One of them was electric with like battery packets, all those like hot pockets. Damn. My coat was, it's like I'd never seen more. Like, they just gave me like space suits, and they're like, it's fucking freezing. And then I had, on top of that, I had the period costume, which was like old leathery metal. I was a border guard, so I was kind of dressed in guard-like things from back in the day, although it was in the future, if you know the story of C. And so it was freezing, but they decked us out. And I remember, when they're doing all the camera work, they'll have the second team in there to set it up. But I'm like, it was a 1-day gig for me, so I'm like, I'm not going to be here, so screw that. I'm not going to sit in holding and not be out on set and seeing them set things up and talk to people and kind of figure it out. And so I went out, but I ended up going out so early, and it was so cold that by the time we shot my scenes, my feet were like frozen. Yeah. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you cannot be the guy that right now that says to and/or in front of Jason Momoa, I need a break because my toes are cold. So I was like, you're just sticking it out. But I remember walking back to holding, and I was like, my feet are ice. Like, they were like numb. My toes were numb. It was no one's fault but my own. So if anyone's watching this and be like, oh my God, there's liability there. How did you do it? You're supposed to tell someone. It's like, I was loving it every minute, but then I realized afterwards. And then the crazy thing about that is, so I'm watching Jason, and obviously like I'm loving being there. I'm seeing how he's working. He's really interactive. He's either a producer or executive producer on the show. So him and the director and the cinematographer, the DOP, they were engaging and really talking. In between every take, he would go back to Video Village, watch it, adjust, and come back and tell me something, be like, oh, this is what we're going to try. This is what we're going to do a little different. And so it was really cool to watch how he worked and how he carried himself, and how thoughtful and just like he was part of the production team. Like, he was figuring it out. Okay, like, so what if I come over here, and then, okay, so camera's going to be here, and I need to pop up here, and then we'll do but what if I do this? Like, it was a really cool process for him to see. And then that day ended. It was amazing. And like a week later, every production got all the COVID shutdowns, and the industry was shut down. So it was a crazy experience for me, because I went from literally like, this is the largest stage, largest production, standing in front of a bona fide superstar, toe to toe with him. Like, this is where I want to be all the time, except I want to be him in reverse, knowing that I'll someday get there, but be like, this is the taste of it right now. And then everything shut down afterwards. It was such a mind fuck. But it's like, as you know, we've all pivoted and all figured things out. But it was like, here's everything you've ever wanted, and then nothing for 4 months. It was such an experience, but it was like crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, I remember in 2018, I had put down in a book somewhere that I wanted to do multiple episodes of something. I didn't clarify, and I just said I wanted to do multiple episodes of something. And a month or so goes by, and I get an email from a friend of mine, Alex Clay. Shout out to Alex. Thank you so much. And I ended up doing a production of Inch of Your Life, which was a 3-part theater show. It was technically, we kept calling it episodes. So it was the pilot episode, the episode 2, and episode 3. And that was a dream of mine that I was not expecting it to come about as it did, but I was happy that it came about the way it did, and that I loved that production to death. Like, it was so much fun. We got to work with as those characters and with everybody for 8 months. It was a dream come true.
And by the way, it was fucking fantastic too. I saw it, and shout out to there's several other Toronto actors. That's what happens. You write shit down or you think of it, and then if you look at it and think of it enough, then you start actually doing some things to get you closer, or you key in to be like, I said I wanted this, and that guy is saying that he knows someone who has it. Like, you just start to notice all the synchronicities, and then all of a sudden you end up manifesting what you have because you thought of something and then you decided like, I want to go after that, and start to notice. I always find that like you think of something, if you focus on it enough, just you really start to see like it's almost like you see it, the universe just like it all falls into place because you start to see people as like, oh wow, that's the guy, or you see opportunities that come out, or conversations, or just weird things that happen to you. Even you're like, that was interesting. Or you watch a movie and you're like, that was the perfect movie that I needed to see right now. That's so perfect right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see, or you get an audition and you're like, this audition is exactly my life right now.